Denise here. So I am back again doing a video. I am on my way to go down to my tribal land, help out my chief, help out my tribe, to get our grounds together for the powwow that is coming up in June. So I'm going down. I don't live on the res. I don't live on our land, so I have to drive down to it. So anyways, I want to hop on here, and something that came to my mind, and it made me go, I need to put this out, right? It's on my heart, it was on my mind, and I think it's beneficial that I say this. And that is, everybody in their lifetime has been wrong, okay? We all have been wrong. If you are human, you will be wrong at some point in time. Even if you have strong conviction about whatever it is that you're saying or whatever it is that you are receiving, we have all been wrong. So knowing that being a human, there is times you're going to fall short, okay? That is okay. It's just that when you do not seek the truth, and when you do not want to change, even though there's a great possibility, or the fact that you just simply are wrong, right? And I have been thinking about the past 12 years, just about 12 years. It'll be 12 years in 2024. How the things that I believed in wholeheartedly has changed because of life and experiences. And there was a time when what I thought was truth, and even what I thought was good, wasn't actually good, because as time progresses or time moves on, there are things that were done during that time that wasn't in the light, or I wasn't even in the light. There is a time where people were just consciously unaware, and people are still sometimes consciously unaware. And what I mean by conscious, awake. And awake as in right now, like I'm talking to you, I'm not sleeping, this is not a dream. So consciously not awake, or consciously not conscious of it, not aware. There we go, aware. So I think that's part of the reason why the saying is, a wise man never said nothing. And I don't think that wise men don't say anything. I just think that there is sometimes less to be said and more to be observed. And there are times to be still, to do nothing, and there are times to take action. And there were those in 2012, 2011, 2010, 2009 who had some type of awareness that I did not have. And so I made choices based on my lack of understanding. And even to the point of voting, who I voted for, my moral compass, and just the ignorance of the lies and the perception that I had carried. Man, there were so many times. I'm gonna tell you this quick little story. When I used to read tarot cards, and I used to have this beautiful deck called the Dreams of Gaia, or Gaia I'll describe this elephant and their way of how they was able to touch and perceive what was before them. So one of them had the tail of the elephant and it was touching the fur, and the other one was touching the trunk, and the other one was touching the leg, and the other one was touching the belly. And they're like, this is a massive thing, this is a heavy thing, this is, a wiggly thing, and this is a soft thing, this is tiny, so they were all correct because of where they stood touching this animal, but they were all incorrect because they weren't able to see and fully see what it was that they were all touching, or all a part of, or all involved with. And that is each individual perception. But then there's time, that was the perception that they had. And sometimes our perception of certain things is just a piece or a part. And it's not that we're always wrong, but we were wrong because we didn't see the entire thing. And now, years later, if you are wise enough and have enough discernment to move around and even get a different opinion, that doesn't mean that you throw away your convictions, or you get rid of what you knew. No, knowledge is power. I think that having knowledge of even what you know is important, and it's also good, and a good rule of thumb to go do your research on your own knowledge, that your own convictions, and then also of those of others. One thing I have noticed is that I was able to find why someone can be convicted on each side, whether they believe in this or they're with this or against this, right? And then after you get to that point, right, I think there's a place that for those who are wise will get to, and that is seek out the truth. Be open to saying, I might be, or this could be wrong. This conviction that I have could be wrong. And for those who go seek the truth, right, and can admit that their understanding or their perception is wrong, they are better in life for it. And I am very thankful for the mistakes that I have made, to realize that the perception that I had was in part and not in whole. And so I am very thankful that the Most High allowed me to go through this process, and also had confidence in me that I would come to the truth and more knowledge, and gain more knowledge, and gain more and better understanding. So if there is something that I would leave with you all today, is there is nothing wrong with having convictions or strong convictions about things that you believe in. You become wiser when you are able to see different perspectives, still, and choose a conviction or make a judgment when you receive all parts. And then that is a place where those who are quote unquote woke, enlightened, awake, have come to, and take their time to get there with everything that they do. So don't be in a rush. Seek to know the truth and know everything in whole and not in part. If you are human, you will be wrong from time to time. Walk in love. Metanoia, which is like the changing of the mind. Change your mind. It's okay to change your mind when you have the entire picture. When you have sought out the entire picture. And you have seen the entire picture. Okay? Just some food for thought. Something that was placed in my heart. Something that I know that I need to go out and give apologies to. for different individuals. So I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just saying that this would be a good time for you to have a little heart-to-heart with yourself and decide to make amends. All right? Peace, love, and all the light. See y'all.